I have been a healer all my life. I was 21 years old, teaching English to a non-native speaker in her early 50s. The class lasted 7 hours a day over 7 days, and the student kept complaining about a headache. She told me her headache was an old friend that had been pulsating on and off for the past 10 years. I said, with some confidence, "I know how to heal this." She wasn't even skeptical because I said it with such naturalness. Where did this young boy get the confidence to proclaim healing powers? I guided her through a meditation around feeling her pain, merging with it, and consciously dissociating from it. Then I led her through another meditation where she visualized a new, healthy state. And because I was supposed to be teaching her how to speak English, I guided her in English while translating into her native language. At the conclusion of the meditation, her eyes teared up as she looked up at me and said, "Wonderful." Her headache had mostly eased off. Mostly, however, did not satisfy me. I wanted the issue completely gone, disappeared. In times of less confidence, I'd settle for mostly gone. Most people would. But mostly gone means it can easily return. Instead, how about the issue is all gone? Not a flicker of suspicion or anticipation left. Again, how about the issue is 100% healed? Not even the slightest flicker left of suspicion or anticipation that it will return. Sorry about being an extremist here, but either a thing is healed or it isn't. Of course, people say it's almost gone or mostly gone because they don't wish to put undue pressure on the healer. Cut the guy some slack. It's almost all gone. What more could you ask for? Well, frankly, a whole lot more. The 99% gone concept opens the door for that tiny 1% to sneak back in and develop into something bigger. If something is present, it cannot also be absent. Some things need to be either or. You are either pregnant or you are not pregnant. Nobody says they are 90% pregnant. You either love your partner or you do not. When you tell me you love your partner 80%, something is amiss. This is contrary to how most people live. I'm not saying this is the way to live in all areas. I'm not advocating for blanket black and white thinking. But when it comes to healing, I do recommend an attitude that is a bit less tolerant of negative states. Being 99% gone is how a pain secretly conspires to leave a small crack open in the door to return someday. If you're throwing away trash, why would you tear off a tiny piece of it for keeping? Just in case you need it again. My student seemed satisfied with almost gone, so I had to do something to impress her. I came closer. "May I touch your head?" She agreed. I put my right hand on her head with my left hand cupped into the air, as if receiving energy from above. Then I hummed, directing energy into her head. "It's gone. It's completely gone." She was genuinely surprised. She sat and stared for a while, as if looking for it. Then she looked up and said, "You have a talent." I had enough sense not to dwell on the topic. Okay, good. I'm glad it helped. Let's continue with class now. Dwelling on a thing for too long merely recreates it. The headache did not return in the days that followed. She kept telling me how she hadn't felt this light and good in a long time. She called me a healer, a saint, and many other things. It embarrassed me. And yet, I didn't become a healer officially. I kept teaching English for a few more years. Many similar scenes followed throughout my teaching, coaching, and seminar career. However, I never called myself a healer, but rather a success coach. Being a success coach has much less expectational baggage attached to it than the word healer. If I referred to myself as a healer, I would attract more sick people, but as a success coach, I would attract those who wish more success. I didn't really want to spend my life with sick people. Is that a selfish, anti-spiritual attitude? One could certainly think so, but my mission is a different one. It is not focused on healing alone, but on much broader facets of life. "Can you put your hand on my stomach? It seems to help," my wife once said during monthly stomach cramps that came with her period. It was the first of many times my hands would completely cause her pain to disappear. How exactly? I don't know. Who cares? It worked. Sometimes she called me out of my office at the far side of our house only so I could lay hands on her area of pain for a few minutes. Once healed, she would say, "Okay, thanks. You can now go back to work." Healing had become routine. Back then, I was already becoming accustomed to a non-traditional therapy approach of not asking why or how a pain was there. I also didn't discuss why or how a pain stopped. If you step in a pile of mud, do you ask how or why it happened? No. And when you wipe it off, do you ask how or why it is wiped off? No, you just wipe it off. Similarly, if you pick up negative energy, you don't need to know how or why it is there. Simply command it to leave.